Is a presentation of Main Street Media, your source for news, sports, and information on Main Street in Middle Tennessee.
All right, welcome in to Mornings on Main Street on this Friday. It's Friday, everybody. Welcome in. It's another fun show for you today as we wrap up the week after Thanksgiving, and we call it Blue Monday. So welcome in, everybody, as we get ready for the weekend and things that are going to happen. And a lot of Christmas parades this weekend, Christmas tree lightings, a lot of good things that are going on. So we'll give you a few of those today on the show to get you ready for the week. This week, I thought last week flew by. This week has flown by as well, too. So Merry Christmas. We're in December the 3rd, and we're ready for this. Good morning, intern. Where are you today? Can I see you anywhere?
Yes, sir. Yes, hello. How's it going, Joe?
There you are. Yeah. Where's your backdrop this time?
It is back to the basement for me.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, it's good. You're looking good today, man.
Hey, thanks, buddy.
Good weekend plan for you?
Nothing too crazy. Nothing that comes to my mind. Titans got to buy, so.
You're going to get a Christmas tree this weekend?
What's that?
You're going to get a Christmas tree this weekend?
Yeah, actually, we already have ours. It's a real tree. We don't get the fake ones. I'm not hating on the fake ones, but we do get the real one.
Well, good for you guys. I'm proud of that. So let's just the latest news this morning. What's going on for you?
Turn your mic up a little bit.
Of the Main Street E-Edition. And there we go. Today is February 2021. There's the front page of the Main Street Nashville, and we'll get to it in just a minute. But there is a great shot here. Bill Anderson has his own exhibit at the Country Music Hall of Fame, and look at that iconic guitar, man. The Whispering Legend. Another fantastic picture from Larry McCormick on the front page of today's e-edition of Main Street Nashville. And there's a Bill Anderson article later in the paper. We'll get to that in just a second, which is happening. So a few things that are going around our area. And look at this. Clarksville area Crime Stoppers providing big bucks for tips on cold cases. They've upped the amount from $1,000 to $5,000. The amount of money tipsters can be paid for information on area cold case homicides. It goes back all the way to 1991. So the lady, the Deanna McLaughlin of the chair of the local Crime Stoppers board, shared 15 cold cases in the area. So hopefully the increase in the amount that the tipsters can get will lead to some of those cold cases being solved. Again, we share the positive things that are going on for you around our area. And this is, really cool to come together. Rotary Club and Second Harvest provide holiday food boxes this weekend. Members from the Rotary Club of Nashville and community partner Second Harvest will join forces on the mornings of December 4th, tomorrow, December 11th, to provide packed food boxes and deliver to nearly 2,000 neighbors in the Nashville area. So that is really cool. And I hate that we have to do this because I wish everybody had the opportunity to eat every single day. But I believe people have the right to eat. And I love the fact that they can come together and help each other out for this. So if you want to help out, contact the Second Harvest. And we'll get somebody from Second Harvest on next week, too, to find out how we can volunteer more and get more involved in this and helping feed our neighbors. So we'll have part of that as well next week. Hey, another Christmas tree lighting. Told you about this one. Now, later in the show today, we're going to talk about Hendersonville's having theirs tomorrow. And then on Monday, the Gallatin Christmas tree lighting is set for Monday, 5 p.m. Festivities will begin with the annual lighting of the city's Christmas tree on the square, 5 p.m. Monday. The program will feature an appearance by Santa, as well as musical performances by students from both Union and Station Camp Elementary Schools. So, again, that's on Monday, and we'll have more of that on Monday too as well as we come back. Let's get to the weekend first, and then we'll have all that good stuff for you next week as well that's happening over there. Again, I love this. One of the great things about this paper, we get the headlines for the National Banner 65 years ago today. And sports fans, especially if you're a Tennessee football fan, look at the bottom column here. I'm going to scroll down a little bit. This is 1956. The number one team in the nation. Could it be Tennessee or Oklahoma? Now, Tennessee football fans remember 1956 is when Johnny Majors came in second for the Heisman Trophy Award on that football team. Johnny Majors should have won. He lost out to Paul Hornung of Notre Dame. Paul Hornung's football team at Notre Dame was 2-8 that year. And a lot of people think that Paul Hornung should not have won the Heisman Trophy that Johnny Majors did at the time, and for a long time, and it still might be the case, that it was the only Heisman Trophy winner on a team that finished less than 500. So the great Johnny Majors, man, I got a few stories with him that are absolutely hilarious, but the great and late Johnny Majors. So that's also cool of reading this paper every time we get there to see that. So that's from 1956, something that was happening. All right, so yesterday I had the opportunity to go down, and I'm going to put on my dad hat for a second here and see my son. He goes to DCA, and they won the state championship yesterday. But more importantly, for what you guys want to see, in the paper today in Main Street Preps, and of course in Main Street Nashville, 3 great articles. Lipscomb won, Trent Dilfer won, DCA won, and then unfortunately NBA lost last night to McCallie. But complete game recaps in the paper today from day one of the state football championships down in Chattanooga. So you can see all those right there, the article in Lipscomb, DCA, and then I wish NBA would have won last night, but they lost to McCallie. So you do that, and then you come over today and like, well, what's happening today? Well, in the edition of the Main Street Nashville, the capsules for today's game, 1A, 3A, and 5A, and then for tomorrow's games, 2A, 4A, and 6A. Now, coming up here in about 4 minutes, we're going to talk to Joe Williams. He's an East Nashville alumni. I'm Nashville's media darling. He's the original Nashville media darling, longtime voice of the fairgrounds and the Speedway. Joe, will be honest, look, East Nashville is the most iconic high school in Nashville. And so the fact they're playing in their first state championship is a huge deal. And Oprah Winfrey went to East. I tagged her in a tweet. She hasn't responded back yet. So she'll get the full wrath of my tweets today to see if she can acknowledge about her alma mater playing in the state championship. So we look forward to that, having Joe Williams on just a few moments to talk about what's happening there. All right, so last night the Nashville Predators were on home ice. A lot of my friends went to the game last night. I was in Chattanooga, didn't get to go. But the Nashville Predators lost 2-0 to the Boston Bruins. And they'll be back on the ice Saturday night when Montreal comes to town. So make sure you look at that. Montreal coming to town if you want to see the Nashville Predators play. And Montreal only comes to town once a year. Like Boston only comes to town once a year. So you can see that. As we mentioned at the top with Bill Anderson, nice little article on Bill Anderson and his exhibit at the Country Music Hall of Fame. Bill Anderson, man, if you ever talk to him, full of knowledge, so cool, so much history with him. And now he's got a nice little exhibit down at the Country Music Hall of Fame. Big fan of Bill Anderson. All right, we're off and running this morning on Main Street. on Mornings on Main Street. We come back, we'll talk to Joe Williams, 720, a very cool event happening on Saturday benefiting Special Olympics. We want you guys to know about that because some people have inquired they want to be a part of this. We'll tell you how you can. And at 7:30, we'll go to Hendersonville, talk to Andy Gilley as Hendersonville has their parade and Christmas tree lighting tomorrow. We'll talk to Andy about all that. We're off and running. You're watching Mornings on Main Street.
Dental coverage may be a small investment, but it has big benefits because dental coverage and preventive oral care leads to more than a healthier smile. It leads to a healthier life overall. Delta Dental makes it easy to get the care you need. With the nation's largest network, you're more likely to find or keep a dentist you love. And with comprehensive coverage and additional discounts, you'll have benefits you love too. Make a lasting investment in your oral and overall health with coverage from Delta Dental. Visit deltadentaltn.com to learn more.
Hey, Toby. Toby knows comfort, whether day or night. Through the highs and the lows, Toby knows. You've put it off long enough. That old system is just out with the old, in with the new. We'll make it worthwhile all the way through. Derryberry is your local independent train dealer. It's hard to stop a train. Visit DerryberryAC.com today and schedule a visit. Derryberry Heat and Air, making customers for life.
All right, welcome back to Mornings on Main Street. Let's waste no time in doing this right now. Let's head down to Chattanooga and talk to a good friend of mine, Joe Williams, who's covering the high school state championships. And more importantly, he's there today to see his alma mater playing their first ever state championship. And Joe, I did not go to East High School, and I am over the moon excited for you today and all of your fellow East Nashville alumni throughout the years. This is a special day, my man. I think you're muted, Joe. Hold on one second.
You are exactly right. Is that better?
Yay!
My fault. An old radio guy can't figure out the audio. Go figure that one.
All right, let's start back. Exciting day for you guys.
Yeah, you know how much I love East Nashville High School. I know how much you love McGavock High School. So you know how special a day like this will be. I mean, come on, man. We have for years been very good, and there was a time when we weren't a high school at all, and by the time that I was playing, back right after we got rid of the leather helmets, we were pretty bad. My sophomore year, we beat Hume Fogg, and the big news about that was it kept us from tying the old NIL record for consecutive losses. So, the fact that these guys are here, I mean, they've worked so hard, and I know every team works hard. Don't misunderstand what I'm saying. But this has really given the community something to jump behind and get behind. And it's funny. I've talked to alums from at least 1953 on up to about 2007, and they're all just giddy. And I mean, this, the first time we did the Clinic Bowl, if you remember the old Clinic Bowl, we first brought all 3 state championship games together at Vanderbilt in 1982. I actually helped put together the radio for that. So this concept of all these state championships, and the sad part has always been, I'll never get to see my Eagles play in something like this. Well, guess what? Yeah, we came down early because my butt's going to be at Finley Stadium, and it'll be tough because I'm so you know how it is. You're ingrained not to cheer. You sit, take notes. I don't know if I can do that today.
No, you shouldn't do that today. In honor of you, we have the East National High School football helmet up, Joe.
I saw that. Yeah, I'm pretty impressed. It's funny though; it's so pristine and white. You know, back in the days when we played, we liked the dark helmets so we could count how many different colors we had on them at the end of the day, at the end of the year, to see how many headshots we took.
It's funny. I talk to people, and I think the most iconic high school in Nashville is East, just because it's still going today. My mother went to West.
Yeah.
But West is now a junior high, and now Cone is shut down. It became Pearl Cone. But East is still here, Joe. And so there's a lot of special memories at that place. And you talk about all the alumni being so excited about that. This school is much more than just a school to you guys.
Oh, yeah. I mean, and we're going to go back and get into some stuff. But, you know, it's always been the center of the community of there since 1930. And this is the 30s when it was built. You had both a junior high and a senior high on the same campus. Families, generations went through there. And it's become that again. It has become the focal point of that East Nashville community. And, of course, that East Nashville community has changed. Oh, goodness, it's changed so much, you know, over the last few years. But I'm glad to see it come back, and everybody's kind of wrapping around it. We have a couple of alumni who don't seem to be too interested, and I hope you stay on that Twitter feed today.
Oprah's going to she's going to acknowledge me somehow about her alma mater. And you talk about that. I mean, all the famous people have come through there. Oprah, and I think, did Richard Fulton go there, former mayor?
Mayor Fulton went there. Former Congressman and Mayor Bill Boner went there, was a standout basketball player. Dick Fulton, by the way, just for a little history, once blocked 3 punts in a single game. That's how he wound up in the East High Hall of Fame.
Yes.
You know, you've got the artist James Thurkill who came through there. Nate Suitcase Simpson, who went on to play in the NFL. Sergeant Carter, Frank Sutton went to East High. I mean, you know, you can just start laying out all these folks. I mean, at one point, the folks who wrote the charter for Metro, you know, at one point it was a running joke that there were 40 Metro Council members and 25 either went to East or had family connections that went to East.
That's great. And that's, again, you know, I'm a big high school guy because I think if we ever lose sight of what high school means, athletic means to kids and communities, then we've lost it all.
You're
and
right.
you talk about the revitalization of the East Nashville area, and now here comes East High School. And it's such a great area over there. Just blue collar, hardworking folks. And to see them on this stage today, again, I am over the moon excited for you guys.
Well, you know, Bubba Spears had this vision back basically at the turn of the century, somewhere around there, to restart this football program. And it's funny, Bubba only officially stayed a year, but the foundation that he built, Jim Wilson coming in behind him. Now Jamal Stewart is the coach there. Jamal grew up in the area. He actually went to Stratford, but had East been open, he probably would have gone there. And he has just done such a job in helping these kids understand, one, what it takes, two, the commitment, and three, that they have to be bound together. And you've been on those teams. You know exactly what I'm talking about. And that's something that never leaves. And, Joe, the funny part about football is, you know, if the high school's as far as you go, some of these kids, no matter what happens today, they're going to take the pads off, and this is the last time they'll ever play. Yeah. You know, if you sit down and figure out what it costs to outfit a single player, you just can't put that together. You know, you can't get 11 buddies who have 11 other buddies and say, hey, let's go play on Sunday. Right. It just doesn't happen. It can't happen. And there's such a commitment there that you've got to make. And that's what these kids have done. And just so excited for them. And you know, I hope they just go out and get off that bus and take a great big deep breath and go in that locker room and take a great big deep breath and just breathe this in and then go give it all they got.
I love it, Joe. I know it's an early morning for you. Thank you for doing this. When I thought of East going to the state championship, you're the first, but not Oprah, you were the first person I thought about how the emotions and how exciting and how just a beautiful day, win or lose. Yeah. It's going to be a beautiful day for you guys because of what's happened. The first ever appearance in the state championship, man. Enjoy it.
Thank you, Joe. I appreciate you thinking about us and, you know, send good vibes, man. That Alcoa team will be hard to beat.
It is. But, hey, you know what? Today's a perfect day to beat them.
I like it. It's a good day to knock them off.
All right, Joe Williams. Thank you, my man.
Thank you.
All right, Joe Williams, that voice you'll recognize him just for being in Nashville for so long and being the voice of the fairgrounds and the speedway over there. Man, he's such a good dude. All right, we'll come back. There's a cool event happening tomorrow that I want you to know about, benefiting Special Olympics. It's really cool. We'll tell you about that when we come back. You're watching Mornings on Main Street.
Well, I came up with the name. We threw around some ideas, but I just, some people at the beginning said that they thought cheap had a sort of negative connotation, but I didn't. I wanted it to be fun. I didn't want it to be something that was like, a Spartan lifestyle that I was promoting. I wanted it to be that you could save money, but you could still have a quality life and have a good time.
For the same reason a beagle chases rabbits, it's in my blood. I started reading newspapers, Lydia, before I could read. When I was a little kid in Crossville growing up, my mom taught me to read at about 5 years old, so I would read the Crossville Chronicle, our hometown paper, and it was so exciting I'd wait on Thursday morning for the Chronicle to arrive. I've been fascinated by newspapers all my life. Since I was 5 years old, that's all I wanted to do.
All right, again, many thanks to Joe Williams we're sounding good today, for joining us this morning down in Chattanooga, where East Nashville goes for the first ever state championship and the first ever appearance. So cool. All right, there's another cool event happening on Saturday. Let's bring in Jennifer McAfee with Special Olympics of Tennessee. Jennifer, you're also in Chattanooga, aren't you?
I am, yes.
Hi, good morning to you.
Good morning. Thanks for having me on.
Absolutely. And thank you for sending the email out and letting me know what's happening with this event tomorrow called Throwdown.
Yes.
Explain that to me, because I think I know what it is already, but explain to our audience what this is and how cool this is.
All right. So tomorrow we have teams of 10 that are rowing together to compete a marathon to see who can row the fastest. So 26.2 miles, they're hopping on and off that rowing machine to see who can row the fastest. We are giving awards out for fastest rowing team, most team spirit, top fundraising team, and top fundraising individual. We did this event in Chattanooga about 3 weeks ago, and so we've expanded to Nashville. We're looking at going to 2 more cities next year.
What a great, fun idea. Yes. To get people involved, because I know people like to donate money. That's fine, but to do something and benefit a great organization like you guys do, fantastic. Who came up with this idea? Please, did you?
Actually, yes, my husband and I did. We came up with it, and we did it 2 years ago in Chattanooga, tried it out for the first time. We set our goal on a lower side this year because, of course, we couldn't do it last year with COVID. So originally we set our goal at 8,000. We were going to do it in just Chattanooga. We had a gym that got excited about it in Nashville, so we added Nashville. Right now, we just went over 18,000 yesterday, and I anticipate by the end of the day tomorrow we'll be over $20,000.
That, Jennifer, that is awesome, and I'm been a big fan of what you guys done or do for such a long time. This event's happening tomorrow at CrossFit Beanie. It's in Mount Juliet. Yes. I've done workouts there. Really cool people. Did they see the event? How did they get involved?
We actually have a good friend and ambassador for Special Olympics. Jason Davis that we reached out to, and he helped us find the location. When he talked to Daniel that owns CrossFit BNA, Daniel has been amazing, got super excited about it. He's been going to other CrossFit boxes in Nashville, getting them excited, getting teams on board. So we've got several CrossFit boxes. Brentwood Police Department has a team involved. So it's going to be high energy, a lot of folks involved tomorrow that we're really excited about, very appreciative of.
When you threw this idea out, 2 years ago, you said, well, you nervous? Because you're like, when I do things like that, I'm like, nobody's going to show up and nobody's going to do this. But the fact that you guys are going to surpass your goal tomorrow, that's got to be a great feeling.
It is a good feeling. And it's exciting because it's a new market that we haven't really gone after with Special Olympics, and a new group of fundraisers. So it's exciting to bring those folks in and let them know what Special Olympics is all about.
That's great. You know, Amy Parker, I know your coworker, and
yes.
I think Amy does a fantastic job. And we got involved with the flag football a few years ago when a team from Nashville went and won the title in America, and just a great thing. And overall, Special Olympics, you guys do so much work that I don't think people really give you all the credit that you deserve, because you really work 365 days a year to make this a better place and world for the Special Olympians.
It's so much fun, though. It's an amazing job. I tell people all the time, it's one of the best jobs in the world. We love what we do. Do you and your husband do CrossFit? I do not. He does.
He's
smart. Very involved. So his team in Chattanooga was the fastest rowing team. They did it in 2 hours and 15 minutes, I think. So they were on and off, 45 seconds rowing, 2-second transition times. It was crazy. It was fast.
It takes me 2 minutes to get into that thing.
Yeah. It was pretty impressive. So it's really fun to see the different approaches all the teams have, the high energy. We had one team that, even though they weren't the fastest, they definitely were cheering each other on the entire time. They had come up with different cheers every time somebody got on the rowing machine. We had 2 teams that were competing. One was a Signal Mountain Police Department chief on one team. His wife, who was with Chattanooga Police Department, was on another team. So when he would be rowing and she would be rowing directly across from him, we would be cheering, "Go Papaw, go Grandma," which would embarrass her every single time it happened. And it was just fun. Everybody had a great time.
Oh, that's so awesome. All right. So is it too late to register for tomorrow?
No. And people if they can come up with a team of 10, you can't have more than 10 people. You can have less. But if people still want to register, they can go online, sign up a team, or they can do walk up tomorrow.
Oh, that's fantastic. And everything. I know last year was really, really difficult on everybody, especially you guys, because you guys are so hands-on with what you've done. And is it this year because we're able to kind of get back to normal a little bit? Is there a deeper appreciation for what you guys do and the way you do things?
I would say yes, there's a deeper appreciation. There's always a huge appreciation for what we do. Even though we had to transition, we still had programming for our athletes. It was more of a virtual opportunity for athletes, but we definitely stayed in touch, kept our athletes as busy as we could, and we are being able to get back into competitions and doing things with them. So we're so excited about that. Oh,
I bet. I guess 2022, I mean, every year brings a new excitement and everything. But with this, the throwdown and everything coming ahead in 2022, I bet it's going to be another fun year for you guys.
Yes, definitely.
And get everything going like that. All right. So again, people can sign up, and is it just go to the website? Is that the easiest thing to do?
Yeah, just go to Special Olympics Tennessee's website, and then you can click on the event link and it'll take you to the throwdown page. So you can sign up to participate, make a donation, but absolutely.
Simple as that. Jennifer, I know you're busy. Thank you for doing this, and we'll continue spreading the word. And anything you need, or you or Amy, please reach out to me. We'll bring you on the show and help promote what you guys do, because I think you guys are absolutely wonderful. So thank you.
Thank you. We appreciate it.
All right, Jennifer McAfee, Special Olympics of Tennessee, the throwdown tomorrow. And look, the rowing part of it, and I'm not kidding, it takes me 2 minutes to get into that rowing, but I've seen those CrossFit competitions when they're doing the rowing. My goodness, men and women go to another level for doing that. So that is really cool. If you want to partake in that, just Google Special Olympics Tennessee. You can see that. No more than 10 on a team, and it raises money for just a wonderful cause in our area. Very, very cool. All right, we're going to take another break. On the other side, head up to Hendersonville, talk to a good friend of the show about the big event happening this weekend, the parade, and how they landed who I think is one of the best grand marshals of all time for their parade. We'll talk to Andy Gilly when we come back next. You're watching Mornings on Main Street.
Every year, it costs Tennessee more than $15 million to clean up roadside litter. It's time to keep your trash to yourself and our roadways clear, because nobody trashes Tennessee.
It was just a few drinks. I'm good.
I thought it was good.
After every game, we always have a few. It's no big deal. It was no big deal.
Hey, I can hold my liquor. I thought I could hold my liquor.
Is your roof in need of repairs? Maybe it's time for a full roof replacement. If so, choose Middle Tennessee's #1 rated roofer. Tim Leeper Roofing has provided the Nashville area with outstanding residential and commercial services for nearly 2 decades. And with hundreds of 5-star reviews, Tim Leeper Roofing has satisfied thousands of homeowners. To schedule a free and honest estimate, find us online at timleeperroofing.com.
All right, welcome back to Mornings on Main Street. Thank you, Jennifer McAfee from Special Olympics of Tennessee, about the cool event happening tomorrow called Throwdown. Now, another cool event happening this weekend is the Christmas Parade in Hendersonville. It's bringing Andy Gilly, the Director of Parks. My man, how are you, sir?
I'm doing good, Joe. How are you this morning?
I'm doing well. I think I misspoke earlier. The parade's on Sunday, correct?
That's right. It's on Sunday at 1 o'clock. It starts, and after the parade, we'll start a concert and activities for our tree lighting ceremony.
Man, you guys have so much activities going on in Hendersonville all the time, benefiting the community. And I got to think, we'll get to the Christmas parade in just a second, but I got to think you guys work on these events all year long.
Yeah, it's yeah. I mean, we love them. I think our community loves them. We're fortunate to have a lot of resources to tap into up here with volunteers and groups that want to do these things. So it's our job to kind of help facilitate them, and hopefully it's been good for the community.
I got to ask, okay, we're going to put the information up about the Christmas parade happening on Sunday. Well, I hit the wrong button there, but how did you get Miss Brenda Lee to be the Grand Marshal of the Hendersonville Christmas Parade?
You know, that was just a phone call to Miss Linda Evgen with Holiday Fest. Holiday Fest is a local group here that works on all kinds of fundraisers for Christmas activities. And she made the phone call, and you know, it's kind of like asking a pretty girl to the prom. You already at no, so what does it hurt to ask? And Brenda Lee said yes. So here we go.
I think people don't realize. I mean, she's I think the only female that's in the Country Music Hall of Fame and the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame.
Yes, that is she's a legend. There's no other word for it. Iconic legend, and her song is a staple. But she's had a career past one song that's unmatched by nearly any other female artist. So that's impressive.
All right, so the parade starts at 1 o'clock on Sunday. Is that correct?
That's correct. It'll go down Main Street here in Hendersonville, come out of Conway Twitty Boulevard, and turn on to Johnny Cash Parkway and go all the way down Main Street. And then at 3:30 at Memorial Park, we'll start live entertainment. We've got some great people playing, and we'll go from there and light the Christmas tree and shoot off fireworks at 6 o'clock.
All right, and this is all free?
All free, yes, sir.
So what time would you...
We'll have carriage rides, food trucks, all kinds of letters for Santa. We've got all kinds of activities going on.
Fantastic. Where would you suggest people parking? I know it's a nice parade, but where would you tell people the best place to go?
You know, there'll be parking available all along Main Street in different public parking lots. Hendersonville High School parking lot is a place people park. There's public parking at Memorial Park also. After the parade is over, Drakes Creek Park will be open for parking. So it's just kind of get in where you fit in terms of parking, because it will be a huge crowd.
All right, it starts at 1. What time would you start closing the road? So if people need to get to the area, or maybe avoid the area for traffic, I would suggest by noon.
Yes, the section of Conway Twitty Lane right there, Gallatin Road, as you would know it, is closed about noon on Sunday.
Any idea? I don't mean to put you on the spot. How many ideas? How many floats, organizations are going to be part of this big event on Sunday?
I believe we have around 100 floats
Lord.
for the parade. So, we're going to run them through there, and we got a great set of judges to judge the parade, and then we've got great live entertainment. I don't know, we just ask people, and they say yes a lot of times. And it's great that people are willing to step up and come to Hendersonville and help our community. What
is your job like on Sunday during the parade? Do you get a chance to stop and take it in? Because I'm thinking you don't.
Yeah, that's something I've been trying to personally work on, is to enjoy the moment a little bit, because you look up and you don't even have a picture on your phone, or you don't even know what happened at the end of the day. So I'll be running around like a chicken with its head cut off, but I'm going to try to enjoy it, and hopefully everything will go smoothly. I've been praying to the ghosts of Bill Hall for good weather, so hopefully we'll be blessed with no rain.
How did we had you on for the last event happening, the what was it, the 1st of November? What event was that?
Yeah, we had the Hendersonville Pig Festival.
How was that?
Great day. We had 3,000 or 4,000 people during the day, and a great event that night to help raise money for Christmas for Kids and Mary's Magical Place Playground. It was a good day.
I love it. And the fact that I follow you on Instagram, and I see all the people that and the musicians and everything, and to get them to be involved. And I love your attitudes. Like, I'm just going to ask them, because sometimes when you ask the musicians or the artists directly, you have a great relationship with, they'll say yes. When you got to go through the other routes to get to them, oftentimes it's a no. So the fact that these people and have me a part of the community, Andy, that's a credit to you, my man.
Well, I appreciate that. I've been fortunate to have a lot of good friends. And part of what we do up here is, we don't all the time ask people to do things for free either. We try to respect their business, which is entertainment. So, we got people like Craig Campbell and Jason Eskridge and Hannah Dasher and Cross Atlantic and Donna Frost, and those people doing entertainment for us. That's their business. That's their job. Just like a person selling hot dogs. So
right.
we try to be respectful of that too. And we're just lucky. We're lucky in Hendersonville in a lot of ways, and the community events is one of them.
Well, I think you undervalue yourself, Andy, because I think you do a great job. And every time we come up there, the fields are pristine, the parks are nice, and that's a large credit to you, Andy.
I appreciate that. I mean, it definitely is not all me. It takes a total village here. So thank you very much for having us on this morning.
To get it done. Andy Gilly, thank you, man. Have fun on Sunday. I hope it's a beautiful day, buddy. Thank you as always.
Thank you.
All right, Andy Gilly, he's the director of parks in Hendersonville. And let me tell you what, the fields up there, because we played in a softball tournament up there, or an event back in August, pristine, and the pride that goes in there, and these events that they have, really cool. So again, Sunday 1 to 3, Brenda Lee is the Grand Marshal, and then the Christmas tree lighting at 3:30. So it's always a fun event. If you want to go see a Christmas parade, go out there and take that in. It'd be really, really cool. Later in the show, we'll tell you about a few other events that are happening around Middle Tennessee, Christmas parade-wise, that you can be a part of and go see this weekend, including only one. There's only one Christmas parade that's happening in Davidson County. Only one this year. And we told you what it was 2 days ago, and we'll tell you what it is again when we come back after the break. And plus, for those that missed our Pet of the Week yesterday, we're going to show it for you again. That's coming up next right here. You're watching Mornings on Main Street.
Talking Trash, the show that's going to end littering. Brought to you by Nobody Trashes Tennessee. How was that? That fast part, the end felt rushed. I'm going to do it one more time, Claire. Talking Trash, the show that's going to end littering, brought to you by Nobody Trashes Tennessee. Ooh, how was that? Claire, that sound about right? It felt good to me. She feels me. Nobody trashes Tennessee on my watch.
It's just a few cocktails at happy hour.
It was just a few cocktails at happy hour.
You really good try.
There aren't any cops around.
I didn't think there were any cops around.
I drink and drive all the time.
Sir, you've been in a serious crash. I need you to hang on, okay? Cover your hands, sir. Where you are right now?
Okay, welcome back to Mornings on Main Street. Many thanks again to Andy Gilley for joining us this morning from the Waffle House in Hendersonville. And now I'm hungry. So, intern, thanks for pointing that out to me. So, we should do this show from a Waffle House one day. Huh? Right? Exactly right. All right, yesterday we aired our Pet of the Week, but I want to do it again because we spent time with Agape Animal Rescue in Franklin earlier this week. And just a sweet dog that, none of these dogs belong in shelters. And it bugs me when really sweet dogs have been there for quite a while, no fault of their own. So we're going to play again our Pet of the Week. This is Willow at Agape Animal Rescue, the segment brought to you by our good friends at Regal Realty Group and Hunter Briley. And here's Hunter Briley.
Happy holidays. Hunter Briley here with Regal Realty Group, and we've got another Pet of the Week. We took last week off because it was Thanksgiving. Thank you so much, you guys, for even requesting and talking to us online about all of that. We are so excited about the traction we're getting with this piece, Pet of the Week, that we partnered up with Big Joe Dubin and Main Street Media for. So we've got a new one for you, Agape Animal Rescue, and it's Willow. Check it out, Joe.
Okay, Hunter, thank you. I want you to meet Kelsey. She's a trainer at Agape Animal Rescue. Today we're going to feature Willow. All right, Kelsey, tell me about Willow and why she's so beautiful.
So Willow is a wonderful, about 4-year-old boxer mix. She's only about 40 pounds, so she's the perfect medium-sized dog. She's been with Agape for over 2 years now, and we honestly just don't know why at this point. I mean, she is an incredible dog. She came into our program, like I said, a little over 2 years ago, had clearly gone through some stuff before and was really fearful, but over those 2 years, we've invested so much time, love, training into her, and she has just blossomed into a much more confident and happier dog. And so now we are looking for her forever home. Her home would probably look like someone who isn't super interested in a dog that wants to go out and socialize too much. Maybe somebody who's a little bit introverted. Willow would do wonderful in a home that would give her a comfy couch to lay on, a yard to run and play in, and maybe just go on the occasional walk or hike.
You spend the time with a lot of dogs. What makes her really special?
Willow has the absolute most wonderful personality. She is just so happy to meet you, and when she knows you, she loves you. She wiggles right up to the people that she loves, and she has these awesome cartwheels that she loves to do. She's just got the goofiest, most fun personality you will ever meet. And I think she's going to make somebody such an incredible dog.
Of like all the dogs, she does not belong in a shelter, does she?
Absolutely not. No. Right now, she is unfortunately having to be boarded because we simply haven't found a foster home for her in the past 9 months. So she is currently being boarded, and it's really starting to get stressful for her. She's made it very clear that she's just ready to sit on somebody's couch and hopefully be somebody's forever dog. So if anyone's interested, even in just fostering her, we would love to get her into a home here pretty soon and out of boarding.
What's some things that she doesn't like? If you're going to adopt her and you want to know some things that she's not really a fan of, what are some of those things?
So Willow doesn't mind greeting the occasional dog, maybe out on a walk or something, but she's really kind of indifferent. Like I said, she's not going to want to go to the dog park or anything. And so she would rather be an only dog in the home. She likes to have all the attention to herself. She can also get overwhelmed by young children, so preferably an adult-only home would be really great for her.
Look how well behaved she is.
Yes, she is so smart.
Yes.
Anybody that would want to continue training with her, I mean, she just loves to learn. She's an incredible dog.
And we know what she kind of is?
Yeah, so we guess that maybe she's a boxer mix. We think that's probably what she looks like the most. But there's definitely probably some smaller breeds in there because, like I said, she is pretty small for a boxer. She's only about 40 pounds and she's kind of short too, so who knows?
So we'll say she's a little boxer, but mostly she's beautiful.
Exactly.
All right, thank you, Kelsey.
Thanks.
All right, that's our pet of the week. Connor, we'll send it back to you, buddy.
Thank you so much, Joe. That was Willow, ladies and gentlemen. We've got to find that precious baby a home. Hit us up. You can find me right here on this email address or that phone number. I'll put you in touch with him, or go find Big Joe on the go. He's all over online, all the tweets, all the Instas, all that stuff. He's one of those. So check him out. You guys help us find Willow a home. It's our pet of the week. Thank you so much.
Realty Group for doing that. Let me share the screen of Agape Animal Rescue here real quick of the great work they do. So many great organizations around Middle Tennessee on a mission and their passion to rescue these animals. It's agaperescue.org is the website. Look at that. If I could go through I didn't know the screen moved. Look at that. I would grab these dogs through the screen and take them here. And of course, the volunteers and everything that take care of the puppies and walk them and love on them and everything. So Willow, agaperescue.org is their website to adopt her. They shared her on social media, and a lot of people are reaching out. So hopefully we can find her a loving, wonderful home. So cool. And as I spent the afternoon with her, and she rolled on her back about 1,000 times. It was so much fun watching her do that. So that was really cool. So thank you there with the Agape Animal Rescue and all that you guys do. All right, it's time to give you guys something to smile about. Brought to you by Delta Dental. Delta Dental now offering vision and dental plans. Just go to their website, deltadentaltn.com. They do such a wonderful job in the state of Tennessee with everything from charities to giving back. And here's a prime example. Delta Dental is involved in a lot of athletics, a lot of community events. Why is it important for Delta Dental?
Well, we're a statewide organization. We want to say that we will serve clients from, that old UT saying, from Mountain City to Memphis,
yes,
everywhere in between. So that's our approach, and we feel that we have a obligation to give back to the people of the state of Tennessee. We have a special place in the U.S. tax codes, and that allows us or requires us to give back dramatically amount. And so we'll give back roughly 35% of what we net every year.
Wow. Say that again.
35% of what we net. It could be closer to 40 this year, but that'll be what we'll give. So we give two giving things. We have one thing called corporate citizenship. That's where we run programs with statewide organizations, local organizations, that sort of thing. And then we have a foundation, and the foundation actually is one of the single largest supporters of working poor clinics in the state.
So you guys truly put the money where your mouth is, or vice versa.
Very good analogy. Right?
And you can take that if you want. Yes, that's free of charge. Oh, sorry. We're watching the screen there and see what's going on. Thank you again, Delta Dental, for all you do. Again, with vision and dental plans, visit deltadentaltn.com, and that's something to smile about. We love bringing those segments with them and just different events throughout the week, and something to smile about for everybody to keep you informed and to make you happy. Go about your day. It was something positive. It's something really cool that's happening right there. All right, we will take a break. Come back on the other side. It's time for Celebrity Birthdays, America's favorite trivia game. That's next. You're watching Mornings on Main Street.
When they first came in, one of the things we put in is if you walk around the concourse, you'll see there's an area that's the Delta Dental Kid Zone.
Mm-hmm.
And that's been there pretty much since the Preds opened for business, and so that's one of the things. But if you look at in our case, how do we match up with charities that have value across the state? And then the other thing is how do we match up with partners that are true community partners? And if you look at what the Preds give back to the community and the things they do for kids all over, how do you match up with a better partner than in the Nashville area than the Preds? I mean, it's hard to beat them, really. And entertainment-wise, it's hard to beat them just showing up to the game. I mean, it's almost an assault on your senses. It's Vegas and everything else rolled into one, lights and cameras and everything going. So,
but you've got such a good partnership with them that when I think of the Preds, I almost think of Delta Dental because of everything you guys do with them.
Yeah, we would love to know that that's the way people think. If everybody walks through the door and thinks, well, who is their partner? First partner I want to think of is Delta Dental.
All right, welcome back to the final segment here of Mornings on Main Street on this Friday, December the 3rd, 2021. I want to thank the guests we've had on the show today. Joe Williams, talking about East Nashville High School playing the state football championship for the first time ever. And I don't care if you don't know anything about football, I don't care about football, but for the community and see everybody come together for this really special moment is really, really wonderful. So thanks for Joe being on there. Jennifer McPhee from Special Olympics of Tennessee, who joined us about an event happening at CrossFit B&A in Mount Juliet tomorrow about the throwdown, teams of 10, and they're rowing as fast as they can to win. And my goodness, he talked about some of the rowing competitions going on. That's really cool. And we hope they have a big turnout tomorrow and raise a lot of money for Special Olympics. And, of course, Andy Gilley, the Director of Parks in Hendersonville, about the Christmas Parade coming your way on Sunday at 1 o'clock with the beautiful and talented and wonderful and the iconic Miss Brenda Lee being the Grand Marshal of all that. So that's going to be really fun for everybody that's sitting out there this weekend. And, by the way, we talked about this. Intern, can I bring you in now, intern? Are you there with me?
Yes, sir. How's it going?
It's good to see you again.
It's good to see you as well. Can you hear me?
I can hear you. Pitch hitting for Manny Mota, Pedro Borbon. All right, so listen. There's one Christmas parade going on in Nashville tomorrow. Do you know where it is?
Davidson, correct?
There's only one this whole season.
That's crazy.
The Donaldson Hermitage Christmas Parade. Do you remember who the Grand Marshal is? You pay attention during the week to the show?
I do. The whole time I'm trying to figure out or make sure that everybody sounds good and everything's going on. So sometimes I do space out on the content, but
you went, you kids today. What do about you? All right, it's the Donaldson Hermitage Christmas Parade. It's the only Christmas parade happening inside Davidson County this year. And Seamus is the Grand Marshal.
I love Seamus. I used to watch WWE religiously as a kid.
You look like Seamus a little bit.
Hey, thanks, man. That's a compliment.
You bet. All right, time for celebrity birthdays. You ready?
Let's do it.
Okay. All right. So first up for birthdays, Ozzy Osbourne.
I'm going to say Ozzy is probably 76.
He is 73 years old today. Do you know what band he was in before he became solo?
Black Sabbath.
Oh, man. All right. Actress Daryl Hannah in the movie Splash.
48.
61.
Oh.
Actor Julianne Moore.
45.
61. Not a good day for you.
No, it's not. That's
Actor Brendan Fraser.
He's the one that was George of the Jungle, right?
Yes.
56. No, wait, 61.
No.
56.
What you said, it's out there.
Right. Okay.
53. You're wrong. So don't try to do that to me. Comedian Tiffany Haddish.
Is the total guess 45?
42. And you're not going to lose. Not getting in yet.
I know it.
All right, let's get some more. Roll through this real quick. Singer Mickey Thomas of Jefferson Starship.
51.
72. Singer Monster Jordan. This is how you're at.
64.
53.
Goodness gracious.
We got to get one before we get out of here, man.
I know it.
He was the younger brother of Family Ties, Brian Bonstall. You didn't watch Family Ties, but you should have.
You're right. 74.
42. Or 40, I'm sorry. All right, singer-songwriter Andy Grammer.
Any songs for me? 61.
Yeah, that song. He is 38. All right, let's give me one more. And we're out of here. This record has been around a long time. Jean-Luc Godard. How old is this record, Jean-Luc Godard?
81.
He's 91.
How about that?
Well done. All right. What a day. I mean, yesterday, doing Chattanooga, drove back last night, watched my son win a state championship, and then humble brag, and then come here today to see the intern. So it's fun. So we're a little delirious, but we hope everyone's going to have a great week. Intern, thanks, brother.
Hey, thank you, man. Take it easy.
That's the intern. All right. Again, thanks everybody for joining us in the comments. We appreciate you guys watching each week as we spread positivity to our local communities around Middle Tennessee, which is the greatest area in all of the United States. Again, have a great weekend. And we leave with this always: be nice to people, let people in traffic, open doors. Don't tell people about your CrossFit workout unless it's benefiting Special Olympics tomorrow at CrossFit B&A in Mount Juliet. And as always, remember this: no one ever went broke by giving. Have a great weekend, everyone. The problem was getting